Hi, I'm Runes and this is my Battle Royale gaming channel. Today, I wanted to share with you the things I did to get better at the game. These tips were developed by me going from brand new noob to average player. If you're starting out or if you've got a friend who's learning, I think you'll find this video very useful. Let me know what you did to get better at the game in the comments below. Subscribe and hit the like button for more videos. I enjoy making gameplay highlight commentaries. Without further ado, let's get on to tip number 1, which is playing with friends. I learned this one from trying to hop on the PUBG hype train many months ago. The Battle Royale genre has a playstyle that forces you to go through long bouts of walking without seeing anyone, then dying. The nature of this makes it feel like you invest a lot of time for nothing. No action, minimal improvement, no fun. If you play with friends or even squad fills, it allows you to banter and ask questions during this phase of the game. On top of that, the revive mechanic makes dying less punishing as it effectively gives you infinite attempts if your teammates happen to be good. Things like spatial awareness and how to react to being attacked are just things you have to experience to get better. This is something you can't do without dying when you're new to the game. Having teammates to save you and give you tips along the way will help you improve that much faster. I also tend to find that enemies are more casual in team settings than in solo since they're also probably just killing time and chatting away. With other teammates to focus on instead of you, it makes it easier for you to get a couple of good shots in without having to worry about being shot back and killed instantly. Tip number 2. Landing at the same place every time. It might be tempting to explore new places you haven't been to, but chances are you'll die within seconds if you don't know where the chests and weapon spawns are. Until you get confident with building and shooting, it's best to land at the same place every time. This way, you get familiar with the location you pick and start to develop a loot path. Building is a mechanic unique to Fortnite, so getting used to it feels awkward and clunky at first. One of the main reasons I couldn't get myself to practice was because building without a purpose feels boring to me. By combining getting loot and building my way towards chests, it made for a much more enjoyable experience. My favorite places are Dusty Divot, Junk Junction, and Loot Lake. Depending on weekly challenges and how Epic changes the map, the players that choose to land at these places might vary, but I find that the lesser skilled players come here, making for fights where I felt like I had a chance. Tip number 3. Changing your keybinds. If you're using PC, you'll probably realize just how far the default F keys are. Speed is an important aspect when it comes to build battles, so you want to change these in a way that lets you keep your fingers close to the WASD keys. Personally, I use F for wall, B for stair, C for floor, X for triangle roof, and T for trap, which I think is default, but it's good to know. Some other things I found important are the map key, the auto run key, and the push to talk key. I use tab for the map key and Z for push to talk. I generally use auto run in calm scenarios, so I don't mind keeping at the default equals key for now, but I'll probably move it to the caps key in the future. You don't have to use my setup. Look at what other pro players use and find what best suits you for the keyboard you're using, your hand size, and your habits. Tip number 4. Watching other YouTubers. One of the harder things to get used to is what you should do and when. Since you're not aware of what options are available to you, the techniques you could be using, and the capabilities of the weapons you are carrying, you might be losing fights that you could have won. The bloom system makes it really discouraging to use ARs as you'll find yourself missing shots. But if you watch other YouTubers, you can get an understanding of what range you should be using them and how to follow up to push your opponent. Cypher PK is a really great example who makes educational commentaries. The Gamer Couple is a YouTube channel that consists of advanced tips that I've been enjoying lately, but you don't always have to watch serious videos. C-Day, Daquan, and Myth were some others I enjoyed watching on my road to becoming average. If you're watching someone better than you, you're passively learning the techniques they're using and eventually you can implement them when you play. Tip number 5. Using the guns in Spawn Island. One of the things I realized is just how important landing your shotgun shots are during fights. I kept losing because my accuracy wasn't very good, so every time in Spawn Island I would run to the nearest shotgun and start using the other players as target practice. Try mixing in jumps, 360s, crouches, and switching targets to make sure you're landing shots because you're aiming and not because you're getting used to where your target practice is. This is still a thing I do to this day. It's great for warm-up and I find myself being more calm during those awkward close-range gunfights. This has been 5 tips I did to get better at the game. If you enjoyed, leave a like and comment to help out my channel. Enjoy the rest of these highlights. This is Runes11 signing out.
We feel like nightclub kings. fun now. I make one track out of two now, and it's a little bit funny when I'm wrong now, but everybody's talking about the breakdown. Break these records in a pieces, mix them together just how I need them. Play it in the club at 12 o'clock, and what can I say? Party now. Stop, 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 stop. What can I say? Party now. Stop, stop, stop.
Get the guy on top.
Stop, 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 stop.
Nice.
Let's have a little bit of fun now. I make one track out of two now, and it's a little bit funny when I'm wrong now, but everybody's talking about the breakdown. So I break these records in pieces and fix them together just how I need them. Play it in the club at 12 o'clock, and what can I say? Party non-stop. Party non-stop. Fun tonight and groove if you feel the push inside. Move your body non-stop, take a breath. Raise up and raise your hands up. It's time to blink and wink to the girl with the glamorous things. Go on, this ship won't sink. We feel like nightclub kings. Stop, 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 stop. Just smile if you're having fun tonight and groove if you feel the push inside. Now stop, take a breath and fill your glass up and raise your hands up. It's time to the girl with the glamorous things. Go on, this ship won't sink. We feel like nightclub kings. A little bit of fun now. I make one track out of two now, and it's a little bit funny when I'm wrong now, but everybody's talking about the breakdown. Break these records into pieces and fix them together just how I need them. Play it in the club at 12 o'clock, and what can I say? Party non-stop. Just smile if you're having fun tonight.
You know you can walk into them and
Feel the push inside. Move your body non-stop, take a breath and fill your glass up and raise your hands up. It's time to blink and wink to the girl with the glamorous things. Go on, this ship won't sink. We feel like nightclub kings. Stop, 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 having fun tonight and groove if you feel the push inside. Move your body non-stop, take a breath and fill your glass up and raise your hands up. It's time to blink and wink to the girl with the glamorous things. Go on, this ship won't sink. A little bit of fun now. I make one track out of two now, and it's a little bit funny when I'm walking now. Everybody's talking about the breakdown. Break these records into pieces and fix them together just how I need them. Play it in the club at 12 o'clock, and what can I say? Party non-stop. What can I say? Party non-stop.
I see a guy. He's in this house. Nice.
We feel like nightclub.